Hey you guys, so I went because I'm super tired and something's just been brought to my attention, so I gotta kind of go over it. So I'm not really gonna wait for too many of you guys to log in for this because I'm not going live to have a conversation with you guys. I'm live to inform you of some information I was just filled in on. So I'm not sure, I'm not going to give you guys the names of where it's coming from. You're just going to have to take my word for it. But it definitely needs to be thrown out there right now. It's definitely something that we need to really, really be paying attention to and keeping a close eye on. It has just been brought to my attention that state of California, I just shared a link with you guys so you can verify that for yourselves. The state of California has declared a state of emergency, and that's due to the wildfires that are taking over the LA and Santa Clarita, I think Santa Clarita areas. Hey, anyways, oh my gosh, my head is pounding. I wish this would have been tomorrow morning that I would have had to do this, but it's not, and duty calls. So anyways, the state of California has just issued a state of emergency this evening, as a matter of fact, like within the last few hours or so, that they are issuing a state of emergency in response to the wildfires in the Los Angeles area. So that all seems like it'd be, you know, like normal protocol for a state, an area, a region of a state that's being really, really tremendously affected by wildfires, except for there's a lot that you guys aren't seeing with that, and I guess the conspiracy theorists and me and my connect to this information just choose to see the worst in things like this. So I'm going to tell you guys the problem. The problem is that Jerry Brown, as well as his 7, whatever you want to call them, predecessors, whatever, I don't know what the proper, whoever would step in, like his lieutenants, governors, if you will, Jerry Brown and all of his lieutenant LGs, whatever you want to call them, are currently at the DNC in Philadelphia, okay? All of them. There is one acting governor in California right now, you guys. One of them. One single lieutenant governor is filling in for all 8 that are out of state right now, okay? So if something were to happen to that governor anytime before the rest of them get done at DNC and come back, do you have any idea who's next in line? Anybody? No? Okay. The Department of Homeland Security will take over, you guys. If anything should happen to that governor, who for some strange reason, as the 9th in line, decided after these fires have been going on and there was 1 governor and a bunch of LGs there to declare a state of emergency, all of a sudden, the second day of DNC, all of them are gone and we're left with the last man standing, and all of a sudden the state of California declares a state of emergency? Yeah. So, then there's more. If you haven't figured out that the Department of Homeland Security is pretty much synonymous with the UN, I mean, some of you may have facts to argue that that's not necessarily true, but in the situation that we're in, probably more than likely that if the Department of Homeland Security needs to take over because there's nobody there to figure out what the hell to do, then the UN is coming too. And for the UN to come, we need one more major event to occur. Anybody? Anybody? Martial law. I think I saw it up there. Yes, it's very possible. Anybody who says it's not possible, you need to research what's been going on for the last, like, I don't know, year of corrupt politics. This is bullshit, you guys. There's no... It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense at all that they would have waited. Jerry Brown is a power-hungry bastard. If there was any chance that he had an opportunity to put the state in a state of emergency, to declare the state was in a state of emergency under his name and bring all that bullshit to the states, he would have done it, you guys, if they did not have something bigger going on here. There is a reason that there are a lot of reasons that this is happening. California has been one of the most detrimental states in this entire election. And now all of a sudden, when they're all gone and there's one man standing, so I'm not saying it will or won't happen. You guys, I don't have all those answers. I can't foresee the future. I wish I could. Because God knows I would love to know Donald Trump won this election. But what I'm telling you is that it's very, very, very possible that things are lining up to put martial law into effect starting from the state of California. So if you guys, yes, shit is definitely hitting the fan. So if you guys are in any way, shape, or form nervous about what's coming, you guys need to start watching. You need to be paying very close attention, because I can tell you right now, this totally just shifted my thought process completely on what we were going to be going over on the next live. So yes, I have read multiple places that they have said that the state of California would be the test site for martial law. If they decided to put it into effect, it was going to start there. So it's scary to think that if that's what's going on right now, the things that have been done to lead the state of California to the place where it is right now, and how they have literally covered so many of their tracks. But truth be told, if that's the case and they are going to attempt it, we're talking about major arson, major corruption, major war, major civil unrest. All of those things will be tied hand in hand, you guys. If these fires are for real and the state of California is capitalizing on them, there's a very good chance that they were not just coincidental. You guys, come on. Think outside the box. So I wanted to let you guys know that the information, the only substantial information I have on the declaration of state of emergency in California is the last link that I shared from ABC News. And aside from that, everything that we're going to be able to uncover about this is going to be a lot of underground research, because they are not going to, no mainstream is going to connect these dots for us, you guys, okay? I also have some eyes on the sky currently that are kind of confirming that there are things going on over the state of California that are just really, really unusual. There's airborne activity going on that's extremely unusual. Untraceable airborne activity. Just major things are happening in the state of California right now, you guys. So this is something that you guys need to be fully aware of, because there's a very good chance if they put martial law into effect, it's going to start right there in SoCal, where my whole family is. And you better believe I'll go to war to protect my family the best of my ability. So if you're in my family and you're there and you're watching this, just know that this is a huge ordeal right now. Like, this is catastrophic for the United States at this particular moment. This could be literally the straw that broke the camel's back. So be ready. Yes, just about 30 or 40 miles away from Bakersfield, says Kristen. So that's, yes. They are evacuating, Tyler. They've already started evacuating. Majority of the areas have already been evacuated. So there's no telling what's happening. I mean, it's utter chaos down there. From what I was watching earlier, it's complete chaos down there trying to put these fires out. But I just cannot tell you guys how unbelievably abnormal it is that a ninth-in-line governor would wait until 2 days after Governor Jerry Brown, who has no shame in his game whatsoever, to make this happen. It just doesn't make sense. So start doing your research, see what you guys can find. I'll keep you posted on what I can find. I'm sure I'll find more information than you guys do quicker, because I have some connections out there right now who are doing this work, a lot of this work. But just be very vigilant, be very observant. Just, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. Just be aware, be alert. Just know that there's a chance, okay? Because it's my duty, my job to tell you guys the truth. And right now, for the trickle down to come from where it has come from, I need you guys to know that this is very, very serious stuff, okay? So just be warned, because California now has one single representative representing it. There's no backup. There's no nothing at this moment, you guys. There is one representative in the state of California, one governor. And if he goes, if anything should happen, if he gets mysteriously assassinated or goes missing and they have to put someone in, there's no one else to put in, you guys. He's the last in line. So next in line is DHS, and then martial law, and then the United Nations. So you guys need to just be really, really vigilant about watching this story unfold. And yes, Kristen, you're right. The most important thing you guys can do to help us out with this, to help everybody out with this, is pray for the state of California. Pray for Southern California. Pray for the LA fires. Pray for everything. Pray that this is just us being too cautious and it doesn't ever come down to this. But honestly, there's no reason to not be aware. There's no reason to not be informed and alert. So just be ready and say lots of prayers, all right? And also, before I go, I just want to let anybody who hadn't heard about it, I'm sure most of you have, because they should have been on live first thing this morning covering it, but I haven't been feeling very good all day, and the girls have been wild. So as far as the Normandy attack goes, what I've gathered is that 2 ISIS terrorists, Islamic terrorists, went into that church in Normandy, a Catholic church in Normandy, and took the priest took the priest up to the altar, made him get down on his knees, and they say beheaded him, slit his throat, whatever you want to call it. They took the guy's head in front of his congregation at the end of a mass. So then they were holding hostages until the police got there and put him out of our misery. So when I did the research to figure out where he came from and who the hell he was, excuse my language, he was actually a French, from what I read, he was a Frenchman who had left France to go to Syria and attempt to join ISIS, and that was his return to France. I'd imagine probably one of them, as I'm not sure about the other one. I only heard about the history of the one, but I'd imagine coming back from Syria was probably a refugee. One of them, whichever one they were talking about, was a refugee. It says he re-entered France, and this happened. He was actually on terrorist watch list. He had an electronic monitoring system and was living with his parents. So yeah, whoever says that we're vetting these dudes and that these terrorist watchdogs are doing anything, let me tell you right now, Soros's internet watchdogs are doing more than the departments of Homeland Security is doing to stop these Syrian refugees from pouring in, or these ISIS Islamic terrorists from pouring in. I'm telling you right now, Soros and his team are doing a better job of censoring us than the entire world and their governments are of censoring Islamic terrorism from spreading throughout the entire planet. So that's kind of speaks sounds, you guys. We can't even get our Facebook statuses posted if they have Mark Z's name and Kristen White, for example, today. We can't even get that shit to post our Facebook walls, but it's okay for a terrorist who has been already apprehended for his crimes prior to, put on a list, and then removed from the country, and then allowed back into the country. It just doesn't make any sense. It really makes no sense. I mean, it seems as though they're not vetting at all, you guys. They're not. It's just, we're already at a world war. In case you guys haven't realized that, we are already in a state of world war. It's a very social media run Cold War for the moment, but that's all about to change, okay? So just know. Yeah, strap up. Strap up when you're going anywhere. I don't walk into church without mine. Ever. There's no reason to walk out of your house without it anymore, you guys. That's the Second Amendment doesn't say you can only carry it when you're at home or when you're in the grocery store or when you're, there's no laws about it. If you have a CCW and you have the right to carry, even if you don't, if you live in a state where you have the right to carry everywhere you go, dude. Everywhere you go. And if you're me and you are paranoid as shit all the time, I carry an extra magazine all the time. Because, unfortunately, I can't double down the size of the magazine that fits in my compact handgun, but I can carry an extra clip with me. So, just be alert and be ready, you guys. You never know when you're going to become a national, international hero and save somebody's life. Or your own. It doesn't, there's, at this point, anything is possible. So, just be ready. Fight fire with fire all the time. I will keep you guys posted on what I hear about California. I'm terrified. I wish I could tell you guys how nerve-wracking it is for me. It's an emotional thing for me to see California being targeted this way, because so many people that I love are there. And if this were ever to go down, the scariest, hardest thing for me is that I can't get to them. You guys, I can't. None of us are going to be able to get to each other other than a significant amount of effort, a lot of walking, a lot of siphoning gas, a lot of everything, you guys, because if this goes down and martial law goes into effect and they knock out the power grid, we are on our own, okay? My family and friends there who have not heeded the words coming out of my mouth for the last year or so, they are on their own, okay? So you can't carry in California, but I'm not one for listening to the laws. I don't at this point, I don't think you should care anymore. Is sitting in jail worse than being dead? No, probably not. You have to get caught for it to be illegal anyways. So yes, Becky, go back and catch up in the very beginning. Just start the video at the beginning and you can literally hear it. I didn't do very much conversating with you guys because I just need to get this out and get this video done, because the shorter the videos are, the easier it is to spread them. So on that note, that's the information I have in regards to the two biggest things I've heard today. So let me know if you guys have anything on it. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Much love, MAGA.